All right, so we're looking at an example here, right? We've got two countries, country A and country B. They're producing, both of them are producing sugar and beans. Okay, so country A can make 10 million units of sugar, and in terms of beans, 40 million units. Country B, in terms of sugar, can produce 8 million units. In terms of beans, it can produce 20 million units. All right. So the first question reads here: which country has the absolute advantage in producing sugar and beans? So when we talk about absolute advantage, is which country can produce more of the good, okay, using same resources. Okay, the both of these have got resources to produce these goods, but one country can produce the good more efficiently than the other, right? So in terms of sugar, you're just going to see between country A and country B, which one produces more sugar? It is country A. So country A has an absolute advantage in producing sugar because it's producing more sugar than country B, right? Then in terms of beans, which one has an absolute advantage? You see again how many units each country is producing. And country A is also producing more beans than country B. So country A has an absolute advantage in producing beans. Any questions before we go to comparative advantage? All right. So comparative advantage, which country can produce with a lower opportunity cost? Okay, which country can produce a good with the lower opportunity cost? Right. So this is the formula for opportunity cost. Opportunity cost. Okay. What you give up on the numerator and on the denominator, it's what you gain. Okay. Or what you're going to be producing basically. Right. Yes. So we're going to look at which country has a comparative advantage in producing sugar. So first we look at country A. Let me bring the table here. All right. So if we look at country A, okay. So in order to produce sugar, it has to give up 40 units of beans. Okay. Okay. So we're giving up these 40 units of beans so that we can produce 10 units of sugar. Right. So 40 divided by 10, that gives us 4. Okay. So this 4 represents the opportunity cost. Right. So basically what we're saying, to make 1 unit of sugar, country A has to give up 4 units of beans. Right? Then we go to country B. So for country B, in order to produce sugar, it has to give up. So in order to produce these 8 units of sugar, it has to give up 20 units of beans. So you say 20, giving up 20 units of beans to make 8 units of sugar. So 20 divided by 8, those with calculators, 2.5. So for country B, to make 1 unit of sugar, country B has to give up 2.5 units of beans. Okay. So you compare between the two countries, which are known as the lower opportunity cost, it's country B, 2.5. Okay. 2.5 is smaller than 4. All right. So country B has the comparative advantage in making sugar because it incurs the lower opportunity cost to produce sugar. It has the comparative advantage. B has the comparative advantage. Any questions before we go to beans? Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. All right. So for beans, same thing. So for country A, so for country A to make 40 beans, it has to give up 10 units of sugar. Okay. So remember what you give up, 10 over what you gain. Okay. 10 over 40, which is 0.4. Okay. So we say to make 1 unit of beans, country A has to give up 0.4 units of sugar. Right. Then for country B, to make 20 units of beans, they have to give up 8 units of sugar. So we're going to say 8 over 20. Colleagues, what is 8 divided by 20? 0.4. Then they both have a comparative advantage in beans. To make 1 unit of beans, country B has to give up 0.4 units of sugar. Okay, so both countries have a comparative advantage in beans. Yes. Any questions, colleagues? Consumer friendly?